It is 5:45. Well, being a Muslim, Scott, a Muslim American in this community or country, even 8 years after the attacks on the World Trade Center, definitely has its trials.
Yeah, and here with us today to tell us what that is like is Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. He is a physician over at Good Sam Hospital and founder of American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Scott.
We appreciate you coming by. First, it's hard to believe it's been 8 years, but what are your thoughts this morning looking back on what happened that day?
Well, I think, as an American, my family came to the United States 35 years ago and taught me that I could celebrate my faith and practice it more freely in America than I could anywhere in the world. And 9/11 was a defining moment for me. I basically realized that as a Muslim American, I have an obligation to not only serve my country as I did in the military, but actually we have a lot of repair work to do within our faith, because people view this, and the bin Laden narrative is that it's Muslims against the world, but actually it's a conflict within Islam, and that we have a lot of work to do to reform some of the concepts that lead to this disenfranchisement, and it's not a war against terror, it's actually a war against an ideology of militant political Islam that doesn't like the way we live in a free country like the United States.
Right, and I'm sure the negative perception was just multiplied many times after 9/11. How is the work going, trying to repair that?
And that's why we formed our American Islamic Forum, is that so many organizations that claim to speak for Muslims are all about victimization and that we're just, woe is us, the world is against us. But, in actuality, the reality is that the only way to fix our image is for us to look within ourselves and to show America that we want to lead the fight against the radicals, that we want to form organizations like Muslims Against Al-Qaeda, Muslims Against Radicals, and be the ones to say that this is not Islam, this is not the Muslim faith, and that we believe in America and what it stands for.
Let me stop you just for a moment. The President is observing a moment of silence just for the moment. Let's listen in and watch this for a moment. The President and the First Lady outside the White House this morning observing a moment of silence. We have things like this that are going to be going on all day, both here in the Valley and across the country. And we're talking to Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, who is the founder of American Islamic Forum for Democracy. You speak to college kids around the country, do a lot of speaking. What is the message?
Yeah, our message is that it is important that we start to develop an ideology of Islam and America that are not in conflict. And right now, our faith, as much as right now we're celebrating Ramadan and we're fasting and able to practice, the political aspects of it are not, they're still in the theocratic stage, and there's a lot of reform work. So we teach students and we talk to university students about becoming active of questioning authority, questioning the imams, questioning those that are supposedly leading our community, and being able to go through an enlightenment process like Christianity went through when it formed the United States, and societies that can separate mosque and state or church and state as America did. So that's really, I think, you're not going to fix terrorism by just combating terrorists. You have to fix the ideologies that fuel that, and we teach students, and Muslims especially, to focus on those ideas and do it as a Muslim responsibility as well as an American responsibility.
Back then, it seemed like afterwards there was just a lot of blame towards anybody that studied Islam, any Muslim. Do you feel like there's still a lot of ignorance out there?
Oh, actually, the negative perceptions of Islam went from 2001, where about 23%, now they're 49%.
49%.
So I would tell you that shows that whoever these organizations are that are speaking on behalf of our community are not doing a very good job. And that's because America is not seeing them leading the fight. They're seeing them just complaining, just sort of saying, we're a minority, give us, quit victimizing us. That doesn't work. America wants to see, on days like today, not only remembrance but vigilance. There was just a terror cell broken up in North Carolina a couple of months ago in New York. The problem's not going away. We need to see Muslims leading the fight and understanding and admitting that we have some theological reform to do.
Dr. Jasser, it's been a real pleasure talking to you this morning. Thank you for coming by. We appreciate it.
Nice to be here.
All right, coming up next.